And just like that, here we are. We've arrived on Polaris Rhapsody for game number 3. It's a PvP here in our winner's match. For Group A, in the red is Rain in the upper left-hand corner. And spawning on cross spots in the blue is his opponent, who I introduced a second too early.
It's okay.
Of course, lots of fan signs and love for Rain in the audience.
He drew flowers. Get that man
Oh,
a HyperX
I'm just saying, he's a
headset immediately.
contender for that best fan sign prize. Sorry, I was trying to figure out exactly what that was. But regardless, we have tons more fan signs in the crowd, so I'm sure we'll get some of those on screen. How's your Brood War PvP initiation going, No Regret?
It's good. I like PvP. It seems relatively easy for me to follow compared to some of the other matchups. A little bit more of a rock, paper, scissors matchup, so I enjoy it. I like rock, paper, scissors in StarCraft.
We haven't actually seen much of that rock, paper, scissors so far. The builds have been pretty close. Like, we haven't seen any, 3-gate versus DT rush, and then you just die instantly, thankfully. But if there was a map for that to happen on, it may be this one. Now, the way that this, we didn't really get a chance to see how Rain wants to play on Polaris Rhapsody versus Movie, because he dropped a Reaver in Movie's mineral line and killed 25 workers with one shot. So hopefully that does not happen to Mini here.
Yeah, I'd like to see Mini pull back, especially because they seem to be picking each other's map wins, so it'd be cool, cool story. They should keep doing that.
I am all for trading wins back and forth. One player taking a game off of each other, and we get to the final set, and it's super hype. But that hasn't actually been the way that things have happened most of the time, so we'll see how things look. Now, this is Polaris Rhapsody, so it's a little bit more constricted. If you have a map like Fortress, that's really wide open, but for Polaris Rhapsody, it is a little bit more narrow with the ways and the avenues that you get around.
Is there any reason why Mini dodged the probe from Rain? Like, he went around the left side and just completely dodged it through the center?
I mean, it's a 2-player map, so you don't, you're not really concerned with denying scouting, but he could also be scouting for maybe a proxy pylon.
Clearly.
This could be it. No way.
I think he's just going to hide this for another scout.
Okay, if he builds a pylon there, he's actually a crazy madman, and I love him.
It's possible. So, like, the dodge in the center makes sense now, right? Because you want to sneak the probe into the main, and if you rock by each other in the center, the probe is on your side of the map.
This is so smart. Oh, what a big, sexy brain Mini has. Now, this is really crucial because not only does Rain not know about that probe, but he could be going for something sneaky. And if he does, and when he scouts that...
Okay, here comes the scout. My guess was it's just a DT check kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to get the scout on the timing here as well. Sees 3 probes in gas and everything.
Still a solid scout that you would never get usually.
Oh, absolutely. Rain should be scratching his head right now. He's like, really? Come on. But no, I'm glad you pointed that out, because it is very important to get that scout. With the Zealot on the ramp, you absolutely will not find out if your opponent is going DTs until too late if you don't see it coming.
It's 3-gate, right? This is a 3-gate, I believe.
I believe that was a 3rd gateway as well. And crucially enough, that was added on after the scout was pushed out.
Yeah, so Mini doesn't really have the intel that he wanted, especially with the sneaky probe. I wish he would have left it hidden a little bit longer, but I guess he just wanted to double check because he may not... I'm surprised that he didn't wait a little longer.
It depends on what you want to scout, right? So when you go in at that time, you're checking to see Cyber Core, you're checking to see if it's spinning, and okay, so this is like potentially disastrous.
This is a pretty bad thing for so far to really...
Yeah. 2-gate Robo versus 3-gate, and for 3-gate coming from Rain, that is especially scary because his Dragoon control, his positioning, the ability to flank his opponent's army is just something he does so cleanly, so consistently.
And there's a Dragoon sneaking into Mini's base right now. I guess he's going to scout the Robo. That's actually a really nice scout.
Oh, perfect. Now, the problem is if he loses that Dragoon, that can really undermine his strategy because with 3-gates, you're supposed to have more stuff, and if you give away your Dragoons...
He actually might...
Oh, he's trying to body block
doing a really good job.
Oh, my God, Mini's so sick. Mini's so sick. And he's going to pick this Dragoon off.
I think he might be able to get it, yeah.
So I don't think
One shot away?
I think he's 1 shot away, and he might not get this. High ground advantage, vision, is it there? He didn't body block it perfectly, but if the control's not perfect, then he absolutely could pick that off. Oh, he gets the last shot with the shields regen.
Yeah.
What a monster.
If it wasn't for that shield regen, that would have been dead. 2 HP on the hull.
As is, it's a weakened Dragoon. Hulls don't regenerate. There's no way to heal those for Protoss unless you're
Oh,
allied
no.
in 2v2
Observer
with a
Bay,
medic.
too. If he builds an observer first, it's going to be really hard to hold.
Yeah,
He clearly
this
has
is
no idea.
My poor man, Mini Man. He went for that sneaky scout, but I wish he, like you said, had waited just a few more seconds. 3-gate versus Obs.
Especially because he's going observer. I'm surprised
Yeah.
he didn't wait a little longer. Because if he's planning to do this anyways, he would have been fine against DT.
I feel like he thinks that Rain, he's got the DT vibe, so he scouts early to see if it looks like that, and then he goes Obs, but this is just almost as hard a counter as it gets. Rain just has more stuff beats less stuff, quick maths.
Quick maths, yeah. That one Dragoon has like literally no HP. There's actually 2 Dragoons here that have no HP. This can go really good or really bad. Okay, 1 Dragoon goes down.
I'll give you a hint.
It's actually pretty even right now.
Yeah, but the Dragoons coming across the map are really going to throw this
yeah, that's the problem. It shouldn't be even. That's the real issue here. If it's even, then your production from the 3-gate is just going to be too much.
The Zealot is the real advantage here for Rain because Mini has to keep making Dragoons, whereas Rain's Zealot is really just going to
Mini actually has more gateway units right now. He just needs to get on top of his ramp and not let these units funnel in like they are right now.
The high ground advantage is a huge one, but Rain just has more stuff.
And I think it's time to pull the probes.
Yeah, it is absolutely time to pull the probes. You're right about that, no regret. The probes are a very big factor here because they do actually deal a lot of damage. Every Dragoon shot matters. And actually, a surround here on these 2 Dragoons could be really impactful. But
He's already losing so many probes,
Yeah,
though.
this is almost too many probes
I think for
to lose.
This 3-gate isn't insanely committed, honestly. Like, it's committed all right, but it's doing so much damage already. I feel like you can definitely transition from this.
Yeah, absolutely. If Rain doesn't send his next 2 Dragoons across the map, which he absolutely can just not do, he's already at a huge advantage
He
right
might
now.
just kill him. We don't see any Dragoons in production right now, I don't think.
Well, that's because we can't see the production tab.
Oh, okay, well,
no regret,
nice.
But he does still have more Dragoons rallied across the map, so Rain does want to make this a killing blow. He wants to try to snipe this this Reaver,
Okay,
but
yeah, we do have Dragoons.
if he overcommits to this, then if you lose all your Dragoons, the counter push with the Reaver is scary.
Yeah, he's going to push this back, but I don't know how I guess it depends on Rain's transition. I can only imagine Rain is going to have a really solid transition. Like, that just seems like he's done enough damage to definitely justify the 3-gateway build.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he is insanely economic ahead.
Economically ahead, yeah.
Help me out with that one. My brain took a hiccup there.
Yeah, this is a pretty good spot. I mean, even looking at the supplies, 27 to 46. Another thing is he doesn't necessarily need to go Robo Observer immediately. Like, if he wants to catch up in tech, I don't know. Like, we'll have to see.
This is a little bit similar to the position Rain was in our last game, where he had that soft contain. It's not quite as hard as it was in that last game, but still the ability for Mini to take an expansion is non-existent.
Yeah. I mean, the only possible way Mini could really come back is if he's like, okay, I'm pushing up this ramp with all my Dragoons, and they all explode to that Reaver or something like that.
Yeah, and high ground advantage works a little bit differently in StarCraft 2, so this wouldn't be as solid a spot, but in StarCraft 1, that Reaver is almost indestructible.
Yeah. Anyway, so we see an Observer bait. It's actually just going to go into a really standard game, except Rain has a huge edge.
Oh, wow, a hit on 4 Dragoons? That's huge for Mini, and he recognizes, hey, I got a good shot off, I can push down and try to take or retake his natural.
Still pretty risky, to be honest. Like, if this fight goes really south, that's actually just a forfeited Reaver. But I don't think he's going to engage into it just in case.
Well, the fight for Rain kind of has to go south because he's on the phone. Hey, in the bottom of the map is Rain's army retreating. So he's actually going to go northward, thus the fight not going south. Exactly correct, no regret.
Yeah.
Great analysis.
I mean, there's no necessity to really do anything there. You have a natural coming up way quicker. The only real thing you would be doing there is potentially losing your advantage. And when ahead, get more ahead, right?
A wise man once said, indeed. So for Mini, his natural is later, but he has reclaimed his base. The only thing he has to worry about right now is not dying, because he doesn't know on the other side if maybe Rain is just going to come around the corner for a quick push, snipe off his Reaver, and that's it.
Look at these Dragoons positioned in Rain's main, by the way. This is actually just so sick. He has 3 Dragoons on the right side and 3 Dragoons on the bottom side.
Well, he knows, right?
Yeah.
One of Mini's biggest comeback techniques is running a shuttle into your base, dropping a Reaver, killing your probes, and then you become a really sad boy. So
yeah.
On the other side, Rain will get a lot of great information, scout the timing on the natural, and get into the main to see everything. And this group of Dragoons, it's either going to find a shuttle, find a chink in the armor. Oh, and he actually might catch one of these Reavers if he dives on top of those.
An observer flew over the army, so he should know exactly how big it is and where it's vulnerable, except now it's dead. So, you know.
The caster curse
It flew
in.
back over after it flew over once. It's
yeah.
like, okay.
Maybe a little bit greedy on the scout, but it's a good snipe there for Mini.
Yeah.
taking a little bit of a breather. I'm so scared of those Dragoons of Rain out on the map, because if they just randomly run forward and snipe a Reaver, then it's like, oh wow, that's a really big advantage.
You know what's really annoying about these Dragoons on the map? If you're mini, it makes it so annoying to actually want to push or do something like that, because these Dragoons can always just go for a run by or something crazy. Like,
so
it can actually be really annoying.
A big characteristic of Rain's play in his series versus movie is that, specifically here on Polaris Rhapsody, he actually dove movie's base, picked off a Reaver with like 3 Dragoons, and then I think he might have saved one. They might have all died. Regardless, picking off Reavers is huge when you have this advantage. Oh, I think he was looking to do it again there.
Yeah, those was. I mean, 2 Dragoons, it's kind of, or 2 Reavers is actually pretty scary to try and dive and kill them.
It absolutely is. Now, if they're on a hold position at your front, then you can absolutely get them sniped off. But here is Rain going to solidify his advantage right now.
What Mini really needs right now is a shuttle. Like, he really needs one.
You said it. I mean, like I said, Reavers without shuttles are infinitely inferior to Reavers with shuttles. His shuttle shows up, but can he micro it successfully? Oh, targets the shuttle.
Oh, he got the shuttle.
The micro is successful, but Mini still has a shuttle.
Can he pick up the Reaver
in time?
Oh my God, he picks it up.
He does pick it up. He drops it behind.
That was beautiful control.
It was great control, but it goes down, and that means
GG.
it's GG. Rain takes the second game in the series.
That was beautiful control, but you were controlling pretty much no units.
Yeah, takes his second